I'm going to say it. Guten Tag.
Guten
That's
Tag,
as most
mein
as my
Liebling.
German. Yeah, that's as good as my German gets, Paul. Welcome. We're missing Lance.
I'd just like to point out.
He's stuffing his face.
I just like technical issue there because I had YouTube up on the same screen and I couldn't find it. And all of a sudden I started hearing the theme tune playing 3 times. And then you're like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, oh shit, and you can hear it as well. Something's going wrong here. I've got to try and work it out. Oh dear. Hello everyone. Welcome to November Foxtrot, episode 159. We're going to be talking about PPE tonight. It's very exciting.
We are. To all our aficionados.
Yes.
That are out there.
I've we're not being lazy, but I've got ChatGPT to start writing the intros to the episodes.
We're being lazy.
Because it can be more creative than I can sometimes after a day of work.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello, Harry. Lanav Challenge, Kelly Rebel, Marky Mark, Digger, hello, Paul M, Blackbeard, Harry, Rage, welcome. Rage was watching Masters of the Air. That's the Band of Brothers.
Yes.
Like the sequel, isn't it? Yeah.
That was filmed.
Well, not sequel, but like
at Redcon 2.
Thing. Was it really?
Yeah. So if you go to Redcon 2, when you go there, in Masters of the Air, you'll see a concrete building. That is actually a concrete building at Rift Airsoft. No, it's like not superimposed in the background.
Yeah, but what you were saying is
real building.
The buildings at Rift Airsoft, it was like, that's actually a concrete building. It's really exciting.
And they filmed it there. And where they did the bomb run in the second or first episode, that's where we play Airsoft. Because they kicked us off. Because we weren't allowed to go there. And make noise while they were filming.
So they've obviously done Band of Brothers. And then they've done Masters of the Air. Do you reckon there'll be a
No, they did Pacific as well.
Oh, they'd already done Pacific. I've not seen that.
Yeah. So they've done Pacific. That's quite good. Apart from Pacific's quite brutal, so there wasn't many characters that went all the way through. But yeah, I reckon they'll do a boaty one next.
Boaty one.
A boaty one.
Was that Pacific then, or was that?
No, that was more land based. That was more about the US Marines.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, so I was suggesting like because they've obviously done land, air. Naturally, I think there should be a sea one because there's quite a lot of like World War II, like naval heritage.
Ships.
That there's all sorts of stuff that you can do on that front.
You could do ships and air on that one.
Oh, there you go. Marky Mark helped take parts of the sets away.
Ah, not the aeroplanes though.
No.
They
That'd be
flew
worth
off.
a bit. Jamu says, are you dads doing Defiant Longmore?
Unfortunately not. We're very gutted. For me personally, it would be 5 weekends in a row of doing something. And my wallet doesn't like it. But yeah, gutted. But we will be booking on to probably the next one at Longmore. Well, I will be anyway. Can't speak for this one.
Yeah, I can't do this one again. I've got a similar issue in that I've got 2 or 3 weekends lined up for different things, basically. So, my wife, I like living. It's not a money thing. It's just I don't want to die. And then I think some of the dates coincide with other events or bits and pieces that I've already got planned, basically for various things. So, it's a bit tricky because we've got our own stuff as well going on and bits and pieces. So, I'd love to. There's absolutely no love lost in terms of, it's not a case of we haven't booked on for any particular reason. It's purely just can't make it, basically, which is annoying. But hoping to have Defiant on next week to have a chat with them about all their Longmore shenanigans, because that'd be a very exciting topic.
Future plans.
Yeah. So there you go. Lance will be joining us tonight, by the way. He is just running a little bit late, unfortunately.
He's stuffing his face. Let's just tell the world. He's stuffing his face with chicken.
He'll be dropping in at some point in the near future. So,
and don't you find it surprising? Hurry up. Yeah, don't you find it surprising that he joins the chat when he's live, but when he's not with us, he doesn't join the chat. Useless boy.
He's probably scrambling around trying to get on here as quick as possible.
No, he's got 2 chicken jump tricks.
Doing his hair.
I've got to get it in a perfect knot.
Oh dear. Hi, James. Welcome.
James, it would just be chicken. It'll be double-handed.
Paul says Dreadnought is the C one. Had Tom Hanks in it.
Ah, yes, but he didn't direct it, I don't think. Did he? I do
don't
want to
know.
watch it, but it's not a series
I've
either.
not watched it.
But no, it looks good. I watched a clip of it on Facebook. There he is.
Hey,
Hey.
there he is. Red shirt man. Woohoo!
Oh, look, there it is. How's the chicken?
There's been a bit of querying.
Sitting here at the moment.
The wings were. I'm not even going to apologise for being late because it's a valid excuse because I was eating chicken wings like a fucking bucket of chicken wings. They were delicious. How are you doing? What have I missed?
All right, mate. You?
How'd yourself?
Nothing.
Yeah, good. All good. Oh.
There's a bit of querying in the chat as to why you were late. There's a few thoughts about you doing your hair.
No hair was done. I had my fingers were greasy after the wings. I just run that through the front. So maybe perhaps that counts. Oh dear.
When the dog starts licking your forehead.
Well, glad you said forehead.
Yeah, well, you did say running through your hair, not down there.
Oh dear.
Should we roll into the news?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Test me.
I take my gun and I go pew 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 pew.
News. So, in the news this week, it's not actually a public news item, but it's something that the three of us have. You right?
Sorry, yeah. My screen kept on going like a bit like snowy, and I was just like, "What's making that?"
It's the ghost.
Yeah.
It's Jeff. Jeff, my loft gimped.
It's like that's just where he goes, Lance.
Yeah. Lance, can you hear me? You can't hear
I'll
me.
tweak my neck doing that. There's been a bit of chatter that we've noticed in various social groups and bits and pieces like that Andy specifically picked up on, and we've sort of had a bit of a debate between ourselves as well. What's going on, Lance?
Done it again. Jeff.
About FPS.
Oh, I've prepared nothing.
No, that's fine.
Oh.
I have some stuff prepared.
Shit's over there.
So we have talked about this in the past, and I have to admit I've been a little bit lackluster because I know that we said that we were going to have our own little page on the website about FPS and dual limits and things like that. It's not on there yet, but it is drafted and it's ready to go. So it will be up there hopefully this weekend. Having said that, we're going airsofting on Saturday, so probably won't be this weekend. It might be early next week.
You said Sunday, really weird. Sunday.
Sunday. That's a new day for Mike's weekend.
Yeah.
But the law, basically, I mean, a little test. Do either of you know the law around what the airsoft exemption is?
In we go.
Law?
So there's two laws. There's two laws that apply here.
In relation to what? What makes
Was
it
in
an
law?
airsoft
Is in
rifle?
like common law?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
So
actual-
there are
actual
actual
laws.
laws.
It's like a scroll.
Yeah, so you read them out with some bloke.
Hear
holding a bell.
this now.
In relation to what, the FPS limit, or what class as a?
Both. There's two laws. What laws do you know around airsoft?
Don't be a dick.
No, so there was
Actual laws, Lance.
It's an actual
if
law.
you
Everyone
have-
says it. It's got to be a law.
If you have if you have a weapon that's capable of full auto, its legal limit is 1.3 joules, or 300. I think that works out about 370 FPS. If it goes over that and is if you've got a higher FPS or joule limit than that, you are actually in possession of a Section 5 firearm license, which makes it a firearm. Which
Not quite. I'll stop you.
Is it not a
before we start
firearm?
going-
He
I thought it was
knew
Section
you'd get it
5.
wrong. He knew you.
No, that's fine. So
there's
two laws revolving around airsoft. So you have the Violent Crime Reduction Act, which I can't remember the date. I don't have that one in front of me. I've only got the other one, and that's to do with the purchase of replica imitation firearms. So that's the VCRA, and that's where UCARA comes in as a valid defence and other defences for buying replica imitation firearms.
Mhm.
There's
Nah.
also the Policing and Crime Act of 2017, and this is the one I do have in front of me, and it's a exemption under Section 57 of the Firearms Act, which defines an exception for airsoft guns. So an airsoft gun is not to be regarded as a firearm for the purposes of the Firearms Act. And then an airsoft gun is a barreled weapon of any description which is designed to discharge only plastic missiles, and then it explains what they are. And then the permitted kinetic energy level of a weapon which is capable of discharging 2 or more missiles successively without repeated pressure on the trigger is 1.3 joules.
I like the
So
sound
that's-
missile.
that's an
That makes it
automatic
sound
Airsoft gun.
very more aggressive.
Yeah, that's what I knew.
You can, if it's a so I say semi-automatic, i.e. it doesn't repeatedly fire on its own. So semi-automatic or bolt
Yeah, you
action.
can go higher.
go
One
up
round
to
per
2.5
trigger
joules.
squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 2.5 joules. And then your joules are converted
Have to turn that MWS
into
up,
feet
Andy.
per second. Your joules are then converted into feet per second based on the weight of the BB that you're firing, which is why most sites will measure it at sort of 0.2, and then you'll be looking about 350, which is slightly below the actual legal limit, but that's obviously to give a little bit of play and scope. 350 is a nice round number; it makes sense. So that's
Back in
the
the
limit.
Yeah, but what happens if you go over the limit?
So if you go over the limit, that is now
Then
a
it-
firearm. You are now
That's what I was saying.
legally.
That's literally what I said.
Yeah, but you said over 1.3.
If you go over 1.3 joules, if you've still got full auto capability.
Yeah. So there you go.
Which is
So basically, there is a
all my
conversion
weapons
chart.
are only semi.
There's a conversion chart that you can find conversion charts anyway. I've also put one together with NoFo branding and stuff on it. I mean, it's maths basically. It's not overly complicated. But I've picked out kind of the most common BB weights, and that'll be on the website as a page when I get that set up, as well as a downloadable PDF if anyone's interested. Because I know that I've seen a bit of chat about people going, "Oh yeah, this is great. I've got it firing at like 800 feet per second on a 0.2." And you're like, "Oh, that's a bit high."
Yeah.
So yeah, just be aware. It's
Just be
important to
aware.
be aware. And it means that you can also work out, you know, with different BBs and things like that, you should know what your gun or replica is able to fire at feet per second wise. There's other aspects to this, such as dual creep and things like that, which you can also play into. And there's a whole realm of this, which we're not going to go into now, but
We will get someone on. We will find someone that has knowledge.
Knowledge of the purpose.
so
Because we
There you
like I hold my hand up. Like I've said to a couple of people that obviously I marshal for Rift. I've also done DS for events where I've paid to go along, but it helps them out. And it's just trying to give the information out to people. It's up to you what you do with it at the end of the day.
I just rely on the highly skilled and highly trained marshals at any airsoft site I go to ensure that my riffles are correct.
That's why he's
There's a perfect
illegal 90%
example
of
there.
the time.
Very highly skilled, trained marshal.
this is my safety.
Yeah.
This is my safety. Who's hungry?
Silly Gilly's in the house. He's an expert on dual creep. He uses it all the time. So have a chat with
No, he
Silly
did-
Gilly.
Take away Jewel.
Yeah, I literally took the words out.
I'm
of my
an
mouth
expert in creep.
then. I'm an expert in just being creepy.
Love you, Ed.
But yeah, I mean, Rage has hit all. I mean, as usual, he's hit the nail on the head in terms of the problem with sites doing
Don't
that.
say
is
that.
that you can just
It
say you're
makes his head
using
any
lighter
bigger
ammo,
than what it already
and
is.
you actually are, and you'll look like you're within the limits. Sites should just measure in joules. So
100%.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
basically, some sites, obviously, when you go to Chrono, they will give you BBs to fire. It's a bit of a pain in the neck sometimes. There's still ways that you could get around that. There's also people that can obviously quick adjust their rifles after the fact. So, you know, it's not a tried and proven method. Ultimately, this is where the don't be a dick bit comes in, because if you are going to be the knobhead that
see?
goes, and I know, but it's not an
I was
actual
right, I
law.
was right. It is an actual law. You just haven't seen it. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, airsoft, the whole premise of airsoft is a game of trust. So if people are breaching that knowingly, then
And that's a very sadistic thing to do, and I think it makes you a massive cock if you're overpowering your rifle because it gives you an extra 20 foot and the potential to really fucking injure someone. Because at the end of the day, like iPro, for example, what we're speaking about this evening, that's rated to a certain impact rating. Now, if your rifle that you've decided to tune up and crank it right up to its beyond the legal limits, that could then be potentially jeopardizing someone's eye protection. And if you get found out, then just have the book fucking thrown at you. Definitely not welcome back to that site. That's what I'd expect anyhow, because that's just like I said, sadistic. It's fucking dangerous for a start. Just for you to get an extra 20 foot or whatever it is on your rifle, then you've got no place being at events that I'm at. Certainly, if I found out about it, fucking hell. See how your iPro stands up to a headbutt, mate.
We here at NoFo do not condone violence of any nature.
No, we don't. However,
although,
right.
exceptions can be made.
That's the only kind of news I think that I'd flagged up that I know we wanted to talk about. Have you got anything else?
Are we going to mention about one faction being sold out?
We are in tune. We are in sync tonight.
Go for it.
We've docked.
I'll let that one do that because he knows a little bit.
Me and Andy are fully docked.
Sorry.
I was going to do it then. You cut me off.
I just wanted you to do it on your own without the music. Go on.
It doesn't work. It's not the same.
It doesn't. It's not as good.
So, yes, Op Phoenix, the UBG faction, has now officially fully sold out. Girls and boys, there are still spots available on the Op 4 team, though, but I don't think there's many of them left. Hurrah and hurrah! Yes. So, yeah, if you're still interested in attending this wonderful event, then please, by all means, book on to the Op 4 faction. Details available on the Empire Events website or empireairsoft.co.uk. Yes.
I mean, it may be...
I've got a new vape to match
it
my...
It may be that we've got scope
ponytail.
to open up some additional tickets for bits and pieces, potentially. So, Civ Pop, we've got 1 or 2 potential more spaces for that, but we just need to make sure that the levels for all the players are in the right place. At the moment, we have filled UBG. If we get an absolute influx of Op 4, then potentially we might have 1 or 2 more spaces that we can find on UBG. But
yeah.
Come along.
We have to see.
Come say hi.
Come and know me better, man. Yes.
Come and play.
On Rage's recommendation, I got myself a pink lightweight vape to match my ponytail. There it is. So that's a little bit.
We can mute him, can't we, Mike?
Rage just said make sure you mention the vape. I said I will do. Of course I will.
Okay.
Love you too, Rage.
I got a manly one.
Do you believe that he recommended this to me?
No.
Yes.
That's my missus one. She bought it. She didn't like it, so I said, "Oh fuck it, I'll have it."
What flavour is it? Is it pink unicorn?
It's not a top
pink
We've had this
raspberry.
Conversation. He's a tosser. so glad he's up north.
Any other news?
By now.
Any other news?
Any other news? No, not really. I don't think. Oh, actually, it's not really news, but it's a little helping handy thing regarding FPS and stuff. I've not seen them before, but I did see them at Empire. They've got them in stock. It's like the very small, like sort of almost like a pocket-sized chrono. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
No, I
probably not far off.
I've only seen one about sort of yay big.
No, literally that sort of size. They're on their site, and I'm gonna say they're around sort of 60, 70 quid. Really tempted by one because it's one you can just chuck it in your kit bag, and if you are unsure or someone else is about, so yeah, mate, bosh. It's all programmable, so you can put your weights and stuff like that in there. Yeah, have a look on the Empire site, and I'm sure there's this. I'll try and find the name of it, put it into the show, and I'll get a link up.
I think was it Ace Tech did a tracer version.
They do one. Yeah,
it was like a smart tracer where it didn't just do like the lighting up and stuff like that, but it measured like your
FPS, how many rounds you've gone through, and that's just too much information for me. That make my brain hurt. Like
Yeah,
my brain
okay,
hurts. My brain hurts 90% of the time anyway.
I think you'll find I fired 433 rounds this game.
What I'm saying is this.
But it doesn't
I
tell
think
you how
it's-
many hit. It doesn't tell you. Like,
I think it's that one, but it's showing out of stock at the moment, and it's the X-Cortec X310 Pocket Chronograph. Pocket.
Nice.
So there we go. Yeah, so it's out of stock at the minute, but I'm sure it will be back as well. $54.99. There we go.
oh, you weren't far off.
Oh, only
guess.
fucking £10 out ish. 20 quid out.
We'll have to play
There we go.
Price is Right.
What's
at
20
some
quid
point.
in a
That'll be
cost of living
entertaining, won't it?
crisis? Fuck it.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah.
more expensive, is what I say.
Yeah, Pegasus says the X-Cortec has a GoPro size one, so I think that's what we're talking about. So
Oh,
there you go.
All right, Ash, jumping on the bandwagon.
nice.
Thanks for that.
Any
That's enough from you,
purchases?
Spud.
Any purchases?
No, I was very
No.
close to purchasing. But then
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
purchase.
I bought some IR glow sticks, but that's about it.
Yes, you did. And I have them
I
there.
did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, and 2 tickets for another JBG training event
Yes, you did.
in May.
In May. April
Sticky
and
B one.
May.
April
Very
and May.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, really. Pew, pew. No, pew pew. Tell you what to pew pew.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's not just running around pew pew. It's tactical, isn't it? So it's
That.
like pew.
Wreck and shot.
We're not going to be allowed back.
Actually, I'm not allowed to.
No,
I know
ready,
it annoys,
no, ready,
it annoys
ready.
Rage, so I'm going to point single fingers. Because that really annoys
Um,
him. If you really want to wind
why is
Rage
that?
up, single finger point. Yeah, especially if you're gesticulating or talking about maps and stuff. Point fingers. Don't use break and chop. Point fingers because he fucking hates it. Something else that
Ah.
annoys him about me. Yes! I love it.
So I do have a purchase. It's not technically a purchase. It's actually something I got for Christmas from my dear mummy and daddy.
Mother
It was
Fraser.
a bit of a special.
And Father
Yeah, it was a bit of
Fraser.
a special gift for. I'm not trying to go on about it, but I obviously got chartered as well. So it was a bit of
Oh,
a
did
kind
you?
of a.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I know.
He did say
But the reason I'm just trying to. But it's
he's an
the
adult
Leatherman's-
now, and he is the best son.
It's the
My
Leatherman
mum and
Super
dad
Tool
say,
300
"I am the
EOD
best."
version.
He's
Which
ignoring
one?
us.
I do like it. It's a very nice little tool.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh,
I
teeth
think it's got
removal, that
18 different functions on it. My particular favorite is the the C4 auger. So that's for putting holes in things and then putting your fuses in.
Oh, well, they generally give that as a
Yeah.
What tool is that, Mike?
Um,
Is that a Leatherman? Weatherman.
Leatherman.
It's
yeah.
a Leatherman. Yeah, it's the Leatherman
Mutt.
Super Tool 300 EOD.
Oh, EOD. I've got the Leatherman Mutt.
EOD.
Yeah, it's a military utility tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does have.
think
I'm not going
mine's
to show
got
you the
a,
knife, but it's got a variety of different features. I do like Leatherman. This is the third Leatherman I have now.
You can't go wrong, mate.
So
using
if
all
that's
sorts of different
a EOD one, I'm guessing like that's static resistant. That's like it's all insulated. It's all
No, it's a lump of metal.
well, no, but you can still insulate it,
You could, I
Um,
guess, technically. Yeah.
like with the paint work on it.
I wasn't expecting that question. I don't know the answer, Andy.
Aha.
I'll be honest with you.
Find out next week, will you please?
Mike's going to be beavering through the manual. That comes with it
Yeah.
after this now. Fuck. It's not
Um,
insulated, mother.
so-
You're bloody useless. What sort of gift is
If any-
this?
If anyone's looking for a multi-tool or anything like that, these are quite expensive. You can get much cheaper versions on Amazon. I mean, you know, you can get. I've got a couple pretty decent ones. I wouldn't say they're great, but I mean, for like airsoft use and stuff like that, you know, a couple 20 quid, 30
Screwfix
quid.
sell one for £19. Do not buy it.
Thing with Leatherman,
bad.
it's like a vortex scope, innit? It comes with a wicked warranty.
Yeah, the
Same with
warranty
Leatherman.
on them.
Same with the Stanley stuff. Just, you know, same with lead lenser. You know, yeah, granted, it's like I say about the head torches with lead lenser. You know, I haven't bought a head torch in years, especially for work, because you get a 7-year warranty with it. The slightest thing goes wrong, you either send it back, they repair it and send it back to you, or they send you a replacement of that model or the next model up or whatever's closest to it. Brilliant.
It's all about the
Yeah.
warranties. All about
It's
the
all
warranties.
about the warranties, mate.
Ray
Absolutely.
says, doesn't that have the Leatherman bit tool on it like the Skeletal does? If so, it's worth getting the bit tool pack with all the different heads. I believe it does. I haven't actually looked into that, to be fair. I've never really found I've
Bloody
needed
hell.
the bit tool sets myself. But yes, it does. It does have the attachment for that. Basically. So yeah. But
Excellent.
I like them. I
Smithers.
think they're good bits of kit. That was all from me this week in terms of I say it's not really a new purchase. It's just we're trying to limit our purchases bit to like one each, because I know last week we kind of went on for about 40 minutes with things that we bought and stuff like that. So
I've bought nothing.
you got some Chemolites.
Got some chem lights.
So should we roll on into the actual main show then, if that's
Yeah,
the
let's
news?
do it. What are we talking about?
Pew, 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 pew.
Talk about PPE.
PPE.
We're doing personal protective equipment. Personal
Oh,
protective
excuse me.
equipment, PPE. So we are talking everything that keeps you effectively safe from hitting your head, being shot in the face, twisting your ankle and stuff like that. So let's start head
Oh, can't
down.
get my leg up.
Or leg up, because leg up sounds like something else.
Yeah.
Let's start
Well, no, I was doing
top down.
whilst you was talking, I was doing the areas, and you went, and if you twist your ankle, I was like, oh fuck,
Computer screen falls down and
I need a foot.
Headwear. What do we have headwear, guys? So I don't know who wants to go first.
I'll go first. I have
We are so in tune.
my Exfil Team Wendy with all the bits plus attached ear pro, which we'll come on to in a minute. Yeah, that's mine. Solid bit of kit, love it.
Wicked.
And also, as a little bonus, night vision protection.
Ooh, that looks fun.
So
It's
literally, you
like a
clip it
little
onto your night.
Retention lanyard thing.
Yeah. So if it falls off with this off the mount, it smacks you in the
Swings
face.
down and smacks you in the face.
But it doesn't hit the floor,
Yeah, or your mouth, because you'll have your mouth guard on. Oh,
which we'll
fuck,
come
I
on
left
to
the
in a
gum shield
second.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Cock it.
So what sort of price point are we talking, Andy? For because obviously you've got. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah. So what for this full
Don't
setup?
mention the price.
About 800 quid.
Just roughly. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, about 800 quid in total.
Sorry, Lance's face.
Fucking Jesus. Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's 500 for the helmet. 200 quid for the Peltors. 75 quid for the cover and the weighted plates. And then like 300 quid for the I forgot what you call it. The night vision mount. Yeah. Wilcox. That's the one.
Wilcox.
That's the make. Wilcox.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Go on then, Lance. What have you got?
Oh, mine's just a repro, mate. FMA fast helmet, EMR MR32 headset. Don't know where the fuck that cable. Oh, it's from the light. Cable is that just goes straight up in the sky.
That's your
Yeah.
new antenna.
It's the
I
skyhook.
only literally ever wear this at Longmoor. That's the only time this has ever really been worn. Buildings, going up staircases mainly. 9 times out of 10, I haven't even got that on it. It's just a lid that's clipped onto the back of my webbing or my rig or something like that. And just chuck it on as and when we're going into buildings, because I just live in a boonie hat or a beanie. But yeah, it does its job at stopping plastic balls from hurting my forehead or the top of my head, going upstairs and ting. But yeah,
And real balls, to be fair, as well. It's
and if
most
if
balls,
someone decided
And
to
it-
drop their real balls on my head, I would not feel it. They would just be snagged in the bungees. Ooh.
Bowling balls might struggle.
Bowling boys, yeah. I don't know. I reckon it might withstand a bowling ball, depending on what height it was dropped from. You know, if it was dropped off the Empire State Building onto me, I don't doubt anyone would survive, if I'm honest. But yeah, I do like it. It's lovely and comfortable. I've added extra padding on the inside. I brought an additional kit off eBay, and it is super comfortable. I did have it with my Nod set up, but then I sold them, and I did have the weight plate on the back, but obviously that's just sat up there on a shelf now. But yeah, it's nice and comfortable. I've got the cat's eyes on it. British Army issue cat's eyes on the back. And I did have a retention there for my nods, but obviously that's gone now. But I do like it. Very sort of minimal, if you like. Just literally there just as a head guard. got a little kill light on the top, and I do put a Mockingbird on there as well. IR Mockingbird. When you got
Oh,
other
right,
dudes
yeah,
cutting
yeah.
about with nods, I can just put that on, and you can. It's really cool, those Mockingbirds, because you can actually set it to do whatever you want it to do. You can actually, if you flip the battery round and then turn it on,
That blows my mind that's how you
can
do
hold
that.
an
It's the
IR
fact-
torch to
Yeah.
it and actually do a code. Like I could do like do England, and it will actually when you spin it back round, it will actually do that. Whatever it is you flashed onto it, it will do that. It will emit that signal.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
is
a Morse
cool.
code sort of thing. So yeah, I do like the
Whoever
Mockingbirds.
came up, sorry, genuinely, whoever came up with that is just, it amazes me that it's like, right, it works. You just flip the battery round. There's no like complicated button setup or anything like that. It's just like as simple as possible. You take the battery out, put it the other way around, you can program it, and then you flip it round.
That's what I don't get, because obviously the battery's transposed then, isn't it? So you've got
Yeah.
positive, negative, positive. So how the fuck is it not blown up? And you're there with another IR torch going,
It's just magic.
let's put
That's
it on
how
my head.
that works.
But yeah, no. So that's very basic helmet setup. Like I said, I rarely use it. I haven't used it since we haven't been to Longmoor for a long time. So, or any building event, not just Longmoor, but any site that's got buildings in it, I'd take that along if we're a Blue 4 sort of thing. But my head's usually protected with my forehead and my a boonie hat, perhaps. That's pretty much it.
I've got to admit, I tend to wear mine quite a lot because it's there. I have to carry it if I'm using the night vision anyway because I don't have a skull cap. So I might as well just go, well, I'll just wear it.
Yeah.
It's you got up there. It's up there out the way.
As well, makes sense.
Yeah.
Ear defenders, because Andy obviously mentioned his. I've got the Raycal in ear. What's it? So I've got a listening tube which runs from that to either my throat mic or to my Redcon. Is it Redcon? Code Red headset. So it's actually molded to my inner ear, the proper Raycal one. So they're mustard, they are. Or I've got a set of range defenders. You've got the brown one side and yellow the other, depending on what you're doing. And I can just plug my ears if we're doing building stuff like that. Outdoors, I don't really tend to do it too much, but definitely inside with the echo and that, I'll certainly make sure I've got ear defenders in, because that's the worst. But other than that, yeah, that's about it for my helmet wise.
Yeah. Well, helmet wise for me, I run an FMA clone. I don't think this is even this is probably the clone of the clone, to be fair. This was like £20 off of Amazon. It doesn't even really fit my head that well. I need to get a bigger one at some point. It's got a few little quirky bits on the back. So I've got the X-Fog system on there. I've thrown an attempt at a basic scrim cover. I haven't finished it yet. But I was just sort of playing around with that. Again, pretty much as the guys have said, I generally only tend to use mine on building-based events. That being said, I also have my Mark 6 that I have used at a couple of events. This is more for the realism aspect, the reenactment. When we've done, what was the Falklands event we did?
Yeah, that was really good. Got some wicked pictures of you in that.
Yeah, a couple other sort of events like that. So I made this scrim out of a whole pair of shorts I had that were combat shorts. And I was like, that's perfect. But yeah, the actual helmet itself is just a Mark 6 woodland cover on that. It's got the elasticated rim around the inside. You can get these for about 30 quid. I think they have gone up slightly more recently because obviously the Ukraine war, these are still technically ballistic rated to an effect. I don't know if their ballistic capability goes down over time. I would imagine it's
better than the Russian ones that are made out of wood.
Yeah.
And terracotta, whatever the fuck it is they put inside them.
But yeah, I mean, if you're after something that's a proper, and they're not that expensive. I say you can literally pick these up pretty much cheap as chips. So if you are after something that is heavy and real, bit of a thank you, JBG. Probably the alliest M Mark 6 I've seen yet. Oh mate, I'll show you the rest of them. I've got the full face visors.
Oh god,
I love the Mark 6. I've got Mark 6, Mark 6A, and the Mark 7.
Of Mike's helmets.
Yeah, he keeps them in jars.
Going on to Ear Pro
Mike, can we do a calendar of your helmet collection? Have you got 12?
Yeah, we can do that. I've got more than 12.
Just choose 12 different ones in, and we'll do a calendar for this year or something.
Yeah, for charity.
Yeah. But in places that you wouldn't wear a ballistic helmet, like queuing in the post office, for example, or
Yeah,
a library. Just you
In the
really
library.
One of you come with me to take the picture because I don't want to be
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
I'll do
Absolutely.
it. I'll be down there.
Ear Pro wise, I'll be honest with you, it was only subsequent to an episode that we did on this show about Ear Pro previously that I even started to take Ear Pro seriously. And when I say seriously, I've invested in these.
What is these?
So these
They're
are
two balls on a
these
bit
are-
of orange string.
Yeah, basically they are just earplugs.
And the only reason he bought them is because it come with some fucking string.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a string to go in the collection.
Yeah.
Snip, snip.
So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what these are rated to, but what I have found is that this combined with the Code Red headset. Plug this on quick. So this is the bone conduction one, which means that all the sound is coming in just to the front of my ear. And then I can plug in I can't do it with this ear because I've got you guys in there, but I can obviously apply the Ear Pro as and when I need it for that, and it's easy to pull out.
Same with me with my range plugs, mate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah,
right.
fresh
Bright
meat.
orange bits of string.
Epsom bunkers.
Yes,
handy, wouldn't it?
admittedly, I might need to find some slightly different ones. But these were cheap, to be fair. And I mean, the point I'm trying to make there is, I think for like £1 or something like that, these, you don't have to spend loads and loads of money to get decent protection.
I need to get my Raycals now.
See, my Air Pro, I've got a separate set that isn't attached to the helmet. I'm a big fan of the Peltors, to be honest, because they cover my ear. When I wear them for a couple of minutes before the game starts, and then I don't take them off. Some people say that they don't like the sound conduction when in woodlands, but you do get used to it. Well, I get used to it after a while. Some people just don't like it.
You really have to practice with it, because I've been with Lance when he had his on, and he's literally just shouting at me because he couldn't hear himself talk.
I know what you're about. And I didn't even hear all of it. It was the first time I'd ever used them. All right.
Sneak over there.
Just,
It's like, okay, Lance, I can hear you.
Mike.
No, see, I tend to just use this with a boom mic. I've upgraded both of my Peltors now with the boom mic add-on kit, which actually is surprisingly easy to fit. Yeah, I barely have inner ear stuff. Like, I always wear over the ear stuff because I've had ear infections in the past, and I don't particularly want to go down that route again.
You're pushing it
So
too
I
hard,
tend
mate.
Yeah.
Don't put it in too deep. That's the
I've got
problem.
a bit of Lego stuck in my ear.
I never pull the Ear Pro out. I just put more in.
I don't know what social media platform it flashed up on, but it had to have been Instagram or something. And it was a guy was rushed into hospital, and they had to evacuate the hospital because he had a German. Apparently, it was still active, and it had been kept in immaculate condition. It was a 1917 German artillery shell. Granted, it was a small shell, lodged in his anus. Absolutely, yeah.
Who do they call for that? Like, do they have to have bomb disposal?
EOD, I suppose, yeah. Bomb
The
disposal
AEOD.
unit.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Walking into A&E, just shuffling in. Yeah, sorry.
I
Slipped.
slipped and
yeah,
fell.
of course you did. Yeah, yeah.
Don't
All right,
tense
mate.
too hard. Like, you might set the primer
Don't
off.
cough.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's be fair. If you are going to go, what a way to go.
Yeah. But I just don't know what goes through people's minds. I know what I'm going to do. I've got a bit of spare. Got 10 minutes to kill. I'm going to stick an artillery shell up my arse. That's what I'm going to do. And that'll, by that time, the missus will be home. Get dinner on.
Yeah.
And then she walks in the door and you're just on the floor. Hospital?
I've got to admit, the worst one we had when I was working at the hospital was a Barbie doll.
Oh. Did you see that
a man
Jackass
came in
one? Where they
with a
they
Barbie
put,
doll. And the arm's open so you couldn't get it out.
Nope, not coming out.
Oh, no. No.
Jackass, they did that one where they put Matchbox cars in condoms
Oh, yeah.
and stuck them up their asses and went in for x-rays because they were complaining of poorly upset tummies. Just look on the doctor's face and stuff. But dude, you got a car in your ass. I'm not saying you should try that. But it's quite
showing
fun.
our
Just
age
to bring
now,
things back on track because we've
Yes.
got a classic. Oh, very nice.
So that's my rake out in here, over the top, and then plugs in. Granted, it does look like a scallop. It's not a scallop on a piece of clear
I was
tubing.
going to say, is that natural colouring, or have you just dyed it
It's
over
just
time?
that colour. No, it is just that colour. Yeah, it's not gone that colour over time, being stuck in my lug hole. It does. They do come as scallops.
Green.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, they do work very well, and they actually because these can fall out. You know, you get the single circle bung sort of thing that goes in, but this stays true, even in like if you have got a sweaty ear hole in the summer months, and I like that because I can use that, still hear through it, ambient noise, stuff like that, and I can also run my Bowman over the top, so I can have that in with the Bowman over the top of it, and still hear dual comms through that. And it's not until you get a certain amount of force or like explosion or whatever it might be, that it seals up. So yeah, very cool. I like these.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I struggle with is just as soon as I've got anything in my ear, ambient noise for me is just out the window. Like I've got terrible hearing anyway. So literally the whole in-ear stuff. And again, this was the whole question about Ear Pro and stuff, because I always use sort of run in-ear comms. But when you're in buildings and stuff like that, ultimately that's when you're going to really struggle with that. So that was why I sort of looked into the Code Red headset.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll take the comms away from that, and then I can just block the ears, basically. It's the equivalent of running around with my fingers in the ears, going la 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 la. I can't hear you.
See, personally, for me, the active headsets are, especially if you're in buildings. If you're doing something like Longmore or HQ,
Well, it's like Wayne said, Andy. When we
having
was in
an
the tunnels-
active set, in the tunnels, having an active headset. Like, yes, you do lose a little bit of peripheral, but you do get used to it after a while. It's not, you don't lose peripheral, you just lose the direction a bit.
Well, you can increase the gain as well, can't you? So technically, you'd actually improve your hearing.
Oh, yeah. So, like, when people are talking to
There's
me,
a mouse over there and he's just farted. I can hear him.
yeah. But if there's someone talking that I don't particularly want to listen to, I can just turn them off.
Yeah.
What?
Which is a bonus.
Right, moving down the head, we've kind of covered our head, we've covered our ears. Let's talk about our eyes.
Yeah.
Real run eye pro eyes.
The most important bit.
I run these bad boys.
Absolutely.
I think we all do.
Yes.
Vision Sawflies. I have recently maybe looked at purchasing a set of block.
I've
Tactical.
thought about that also.
Because
Even more
they
so
do.
now. JBG have got a discount code for stuff like that. I think is it them?
Yes.
Is it them that do block? Yeah.
Yes, it was them.
It is, yeah.
I'm not sure how public it was. This discount code.
I know it's a super duper secret discount code for us. I don't give a fuck if other people
It was
know.
for-
They're
it was
not going to
for-
get the code.
Yeah, training personnel. But I'm definitely looking into a set of those because it'd be interesting to try a different pair. I've been running these since just before I started the show, really. They're great. You can't go wrong with them. You can buy lenses galore on the internet, left, right, and center. They've taken sniper hits. They've taken. I even got a set for work.
They're wicked. They're quality.
You can't go wrong with them. The thing I like about them is because of the prescription lenses, how easy it is to change from clear to fog to smoke to yellow.
Yeah.
But changing the prescription, mine are in the car. But how quick it is to just change them over, which I love. So
The
like
wipes
late
are
at
quite
night,
good as well. I mean, fogging is obviously the endemic issue with eye protection. In that, there is nothing worse when you're running around and you can't see anything because it just your eye pro is completely fogged up.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you need to wear eye pro. It's not something that you can really get away from.
I've recently bought this to give it as a test.
Premium
actually
anti-fog treatment.
Yeah,
Who's that made by? Oh, Muck Off.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good. It's not bad. It will last you a day of sweatiness. Mainly because my cat's crap. I ran out.
That's quite hard to get hold of as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I haven't been able to find some for a little while. So I bought that. It was a tenner. And actually I'm quite impressed with it for a liquid. What I find is you spray it, let it dry, and then buff it. Is the best way to use this one. But yeah. But if you have prescription lenses, ladies and gentlemen, a little tip is when you have your lenses put in, make sure that you get the anti-glare coating, because the optician that explained it to me is that the anti-glare coating is where they polish the glass like extra smooth, and it acts as a bit of an anti-fog as well, because there's no rivets or anything in the glass or gaps, so the mist or condensation drips straight off. So yeah, spend the extra little bit of money and get some anti-glare.
Sorry, I
That's
can't
my
help
bit
but
done.
laugh at my bed down here.
Well, I took photographs of my stuff, and everyone's got props, so I kept on having to get up and fucking go. So I just grabbed it all.
I'm sorry.
Photo drop WhatsApp group.
Wait
Fucking
until we
good
get.
that is.
Yeah, wait until we get to the cod piece.
These are Hero Shark, the Makos. Very comfortable. So there.
Are they the full seal ones, or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you run
Try
any
the old
mesh,
set.
Andy?
No, I can't run
see,
mesh because
I
the
use.
prescription. No one does a prescription mesh.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I guess that'd be quite hard to do, wouldn't it? Really?
A prescription fucking mesh.
Yeah, I know.
Piss. How can you have a prescription mesh?
No, like prescription.
No, you'd
lenses
have something behind the mesh,
mesh.
wouldn't you?
But then they'd have to be hardened as well, because if you do get something going through, like it doesn't happen often.
He's got the
He's
same
gone.
colour as his t-shirt.
Right, try these on. How do they look? Oh, yeah, they're good. Yeah, what about it? Oh, they're exactly the fucking same. Sorry. Oh, it's really made me go really hot. Oh, dear.
I've got backup mesh as well. This is a pair that Lance actually gave me, which I brought on just to kind of you go for these.
Oh, did I?
Remember those?
Did I know about it?
I was completely blind. I couldn't see, and you were like, Mike, use these. So want to just talk about, if you do run any mesh at all, it's worth using a lighter color shade on the inside of the mesh lens. It massively helps vision-wise.
If you get black
as
mesh
opposed to a
glasses,
darkened
make
lens.
sure they're white on the inside. I actually requested that by his lordship at Hero Shark to have them sprayed very light.
Is Hero Shark still going? Because
He
there was a
took
post
little
a few months
hiatus,
ago,
but now
wasn't
he's
there?
back.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
back.
He's back with a vengeance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
fog stop.
Yeah, I always have mesh on me as a backup, just basically because there's nothing worse to say if you need to ditch fogged up eye pro, having a mesh pair of eye pro, you can just whack them on and you've got no issue straight away. You can get to wherever you need to go, and then even to get out of the game, for example, say you're overheating so much. I struggle with overheating anyway. And you get to a point where you're like, look, I need to sort these out. You can't really sort them out in the field. Got the mesh in my pocket. They don't take up a lot of space. They're quite light. Whack them on. I can get out of the game zone and I can go and fix it. So, blimey, that's a look.
Looks like they're pushing into your face.
Oh, well, I've got them over my headset. Which
You
is,
idiot.
oh, it hurts so much.
You know what you could have done is take the
But
headset
my eyes
off,
are safe.
then put them on.
Safe eyes is the main thing. You only get one set of eyes, boys and girls. Look after them.
Just screenshot that because that'll be on the
Yeah.
video Instagram later.
NoFo promotes safety eyewear.
It looks like you've got red eye, or was it pink eye?
Whoa.
When it's pushing so far.
Fainted then.
It looks like a
Yeah.
race crime. I'm not going to lie, Andy.
These are revisions, which I was gifted by John, lovely man, for a loadout which I'm doing. But I've not done it yet, but I will be. So there.
Ooh.
Oh.
Two other pairs of iPro I wanted to just briefly talk about. Revision iPro, you're probably talking, what, 20 quid, 30 quid for
No,
a
they've
pair
gone
of...
up massively. They're
Have
about 35. Yeah, they're about 35 quid
35,
now.
40
set.
quid, but you'll get the free lenses, a spare nose piece, obviously the main frame itself, carry case. I think that's reasonable for a
Yeah.
branded, solid set of eye protection all day long.
Yep. And then I think the insert was 20, 25 quid. And then whatever your opticians would charge to put that in.
Yes, very good.
Oh, sorry, I've minimised you. I can't find you. Where you gone? There we go.
But don't.
The other
sleep
eye
on
pro
eye
I
protection.
use are the Sharp Edge. So these are the Edge Tactical Sharp Edge Eye Pro. They come with the Vapor Shield, which is an anti-fog layering, basically. Pretty good. Probably the best that I've come across in terms of an anti-fog product. The anti-fog does seem to wear off over time. Whatever they use to coat them clearly comes off. You do have to be very careful how you maintain these. So if you do get any sort of condensation build up, and bear in mind condensation isn't the same as fog, because fog is that kind of really fine particulate that you can't see through at all, whereas condensation is kind of the grouping of that, and that's where it's just draining away. Clearing that off, you need to be careful of how you do that and what material you use to wipe that off, because otherwise you are going to just take off the coating.
You like very non-abrasive, soft.
Yeah, just I think the recommendation is cloth. It doesn't say on there. There is a manual in terms of what you read. Obviously to look after them. Just with any eye pro or anything like that, just have a read of them, and you'll make them last a little bit longer. And then the other pair I just wanted to talk about are my gaiters. Now I didn't buy these. I'd like to clarify I didn't buy these. I won these in a raffle. These eye pro are 130 quid.
He pushed in front of me in the
for a
raffle
pair
quid.
of gaiters.
I've got my ticket, prick.
Edge, I'm just ignoring you. Edge Eye Tactical Edge. You're probably talking, I think, 40 quid, 30 quid. Pair of those. You know, these are ballistic rated and everything like that. So obviously, you make sure you get appropriately rated eye pro. But in terms of, you know, cost you never scrimp on the cost of eye pro. You don't have to pay an absolute fortune to get decent rated eye pro. Is the point I'm trying to make.
Just don't buy it off of Amazon. Just don't buy your eye pro off Amazon. Is my one. Just don't, because 99% of the stuff.
You can get reputable brands. I was going to say reputable brands on Amazon. Though.
Unless you go direct to the shop,
yeah,
or the manufacturer's shop. Don't buy something that would take 4 days to be shipped to you that looks like a skull, because I promise you, my 2 gram BB shooting at like 75 FPS will go through it. Not good choices.
Make correct decisions.
But the gaiters are quite nice. I'm not going to lie. They are a metal frame.
They're like
would never buy these.
Pair of glasses, man.
Yeah, they are. They are. You are talking 130 quid for a pair of these. I would never buy these. Just to clarify,
SEAL team glasses.
I only have these. They have a lifetime warranty on them, which I'm in the process of enacting, because the inner lens on this side is actually slightly delaminated. So
send them
take
back
from that what you will, but they are looking at replacing them under the warranty. So
will they send you another pair, or do you have to send them ones back?
I don't know. I'm still waiting to find out.
I'll have them ones if you have to keep them.
Unfortunately,
they were
Ryan
supposed to be
had already
mine.
previously claimed them, but then Ryan has subsequently, I think, gone out and procured his own pair. So, and I'll be brutally honest with you, I don't think I've got the face for these either, because I look a little bit like something from The Matrix.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think you look fit.
I think you look hot.
Yeah, I'd Neo over you.
So thank you. So yeah, I mean, in terms of a range of eye pro, that's what I've got.
Yeah. Basically. So I just want to bring up Pegasus' comment. Note on the prescription lenses: tell the opticians they are for work, not airsoft. Seen people turned away when they mentioned airsoft.
Why would you turn someone away?
So they think. So if you go down with the full lenses, because I had the similar problem, I went down to Specsavers, and I went down with the full thing all connected, and I said, "Oh, they're for airsoft," and they said, "No, not a problem, absolutely fine." When I went to the local opticians, I went down with just the insert, and I said, "Oh, can you just put my prescription in there? They're for airsoft," and they said no. And they flat out refused, because there was no way of me proving that there was going to be something in front of them.
Oh, so they thought you were just going to put clip the little.
They just thought, just clip it onto the.
Fucking course, you was going to do that.
Hover.
Bonkers bollocks is that? Also,
Just
the
say-
little inserts look ridiculous. Can you
I
just
know.
hold them up separately? Wait, you're not going to rock up to an airsoft event with them on.
Good
It
to
was
go
it was
now.
hilarious. But they flat out. I said, look, I can come down with the lenses. They went, no, not going to do them.
That's like refusing to sell you a car because you might not put the seatbelt on. That's bonkers.
So,
Mm.
but when I went down, I said I was using them for shooting. And they were like, oh, that's interesting. What sort of shooting
Shields
do you
up,
do?
sir. Shields up, sir.
And I went, I play in
Mostly
the field."
kids.
Yeah, I went, I
Yeah,
play
kids
in the
mainly.
field.
Kids mainly on their birthdays. Oh,
Yes,
sorry, that's
turned
Ayrton
away
Service
from
show,
one.
isn't it?
That was a good point. Didn't think of that.
That's our top-notch snipers on skirmish days, isn't it? Do that.
Right, just going to run through a couple of the comments because we've obviously been rattling on. There's quite a lot of things coming in. Oh, sorry, I'm not clicking the right button. Ray says, as long as I have the right safety rating, they're all pretty much the same. Just find the ones that you like and is comfortable.
Mhm.
The
Yes.
vapor shield wears off. Completely agree. And apparently his now fog up when it's really cold. I mean, that's the same with any of the coatings on these things. I don't know why you can't have some sort of process that you can reapply the coating because it seems bonkers that you have to throw these away after a certain period of time.
See,
I did
my
debate.
revisions. Go on, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say I did debate taking them. You know, you can get like is it Deutschmann, the shoe company that do like the
Mhm.
waterproofing sealant thing, like the micro beading. I was debating going down there and be like, can you whack this in your machine? And I just want to see what it does.
What
Because if you can
happens?
get some sort of coating that, because it's like a clear coating that they put on it anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably not optical worthy or whatever like that, but you know, it's obviously designed that it doesn't affect the look of a shoe, so it should work on iPro technically.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
I haven't
Yeah,
done it.
Science.
Your science is absolutely accurate, mate.
Yeah.
I tell you what, actually, I'm going into town tomorrow. I'll take a pair in and I'll ask them.
Well, if
Yeah,
they're good
film
different specs
it.
in a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Can you
The
film
only,
that?
I was gonna say, the only time I've
Yeah.
ever
Can you
had
film the
issues
whole?
with,
I want to see the
my
whole
sawflies.
interaction between you and the person. Can I
Yeah,
stick
put
my
a
eyes?
GoPro in the machine to film the glasses,
Yeah.
just melting into a fucking ball of nothing. Yeah, I was going to say the only time I've ever had fogging issues with these has been when I'm it's like Rage in the evening, but when I'm been looking through my thermal, and obviously because I've got to push my eye up to the reticle, so it opens up because obviously it's rubber closed, and then it doesn't open to expose the screen until you've got like a pressure on it. That's the only time I get a fogging issue, just over that side, because of the pressure against it, and it's pushing it closer to my face. Obviously, the heat coming off. That's the only time I really get a bad fogging issue, which is a bit of a ball ache. But
Yeah.
other than that, no, that fog stop's been. I do rate that stuff, you know. But to me, it's saying pots.
It's a proper
Goth.
tiny little tin, though.
Oh
That's
yeah.
deceptive,
On
like,
don't
it's
be
genuine
deceived by the
like that.
picture. You know, they've got a
Yeah.
can of this next to a Cadillac, and then when it turns up, you're like, ah,
Where's the Cadillac?
clearly must have been a Matchbox Cadillac.
It's been used by
But it is good
Jackass,
gear.
so you can't
And
touch that one anymore.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of life left in it. So yeah, just a tiny little, not even a pea-sized amount on the lens. Let it cloud up, and then buff it off with a nice clean, soft cloth. You know, the old spectacle cleaning cloth sort of thing, silky cloth.
If anyone has any cat's crap or knows where to get some, let me know. I love
The
that stuff.
iPro stuff, not
Not general
actual
cat's
cat
crap.
What was
Yeah.
that
The
stuff? It's in
eye.
a little pink dish as well. There's a pink eye anti-fog or glasses fog thing. I saw it. He had them on sale in the Crawley Surplus on the counter. I can't think of the name of it. It's like a
Oh, I haven't seen
fluorescent
that.
pink little tub, and that's an anti-fog. But I've not tried it before. But I do remember seeing it in there.
I mean, the other thing to consider as well, obviously, with any of your face protection or anything like that, is just try it out, see how it all works together. You know, we're going to come on to mouth covering in a second, but things like that cover your mouth that direct moisture directly upwards into your iPro is going to be a problem. There's things like the X-Fog units. I think Novritsch has brought out their own version of an X-Fog now as well. Probably a Novritsch anti-fog or something like that. But it's, again, a little box that sits on the back that blows air around through a tube. You can get iPro that's got an inbuilt fan that blows that through as well. Have you both frozen or something?
No,
No,
listening to you intently. I'm listening to you
as well. But I was looking up that, and I think it's called Absolutely Clear defog, scuba diving, snorkeling mask, and swimming goggles defog stuff.
Oh,
I
nice.
think that's the kiddie there. I'm sure that it looks very, very similar to what he had in the shop. So yeah, might be worth a try. I might get some actually. See how it goes. Little test.
Yeah, I only use cat scrap because it was recommended by one of the commercial divers that we had working for us, and obviously they're gonna know what I feel like. They've been around a lot longer. they're gonna know what sort of stuff is best for anti-fogging.
You'd have thought that with science nowadays we can solve this problem. It's like, oh, I've got too much moisture on my glasses.
Yeah. What you need is you just need
Little
heated
wipers.
lenses. No, heated lenses.
We have talked about this. I mean, that would be the perfect
Again.
solution. Yeah. You can also get there's I've got a little pair actually sitting in the back there, but you can get a little pair of magnets that's got a sponge attached to them, and you put one inside your eye pro and then one on the outside, and you can run it round to clear your eye pro.
Yeah. We spoke about that before. 'Cause I used to have one cleaning my fish tank. Yeah, magnet one.
Yeah, you can buy them. I've got a little set. I can't say I've had a lot of success with it, and you look like a proper knobhead. I'm not gonna lie, especially when you're running around with like a pair of them, which you could just stick your finger up if you needed to, just to wipe it. Fresh Meat says I had to have mine for work with prescription. Cost my boss £200, and I now only use them for airsoft. Haha, quids in. Probably shouldn't have read that out on the internet, but never mind. What a way.
Ballsy move.
Right, moving down the head, and I'm only saying that because Wayne said he found that funny earlier. Moving down the head, let's now talk about covering our mouths. I'm going to go first on this one just because I've got them right in front of me, and the two of you have disappeared off camera.
No, I'm here.
So,
just had to get.
I've got 3 different face protections that I've used over time. This was kind of the first one I properly liked and would recommend. This is the One Tigris sort of half mesh, half padded face guard. It's pretty moldable to your face. You know, you've got a nice soft padding either side, so you can still get your contact with your rifle when you're trying to shoot that. Ran this for a number of years. I don't think it looks too silly in terms of, you know, if you're trying to go for realism and stuff like that, you actually see some Persec now. Actually, they use this for Persec on the basis of it covers your face. It does a good job. The other two I just wanted to mention quickly are the Lone Star Tactical Base Pro, and then I also have 2 Delta mics as well. Very similar products, slightly different design. This is the Lone Star one on my right with the little peak that covers your nose.
Which is what we were talking about with the iPro. I can't run anything that does that.
It does direct it upwards. The Delta mic sits below the nose.
So that's the Mark III that you've got there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you move it, your Mark III comes in at the side and is a bit wider, whereas I've got the Mark I, and I find this so much more comfortable. It is literally just that in a snood, and it just sits there. And as you can tell,
you do get slightly more padding on the
Mark
but
this does the padding on this doesn't bother me because I have facial hair. So that holds.
See, this is, to be fair, that's one problem that I have with this, because I don't have a lot of facial hair. I do find that this is going to sound really childish, but I do find it chafes over time along the top lip, which is which is quite painful. The only thing I would say as well is that if you are looking for anything outside of camo range, you can also get OP4 equivalents. So this was the one that we bought for Cartel game with Defiant when we went to HQ Airsoft. So you can obviously get a lot of different variety in terms of your camo patterns and stuff to match your look that you're going for.
Or just go green.
Yeah, but that's the face pro that I generally tend to run. If I do run it, I mean, at woodland events, I don't really bother. But Lance, you're sitting there very patiently with your gum shield in. Do you want to talk about that? But please talk about it without the gum shield in.
Yeah, because I never wear.
No, put it in.
Hello, Dave.
Tom's review is going to be great.
Yeah, man. Let's do this. Yeah, I bought this gum shield for a CQB event because I don't run face protection or mouth protection, so I thought I'd try this out. So
Sorry,
that's
what?
it.
It's that. It's like taking out a pair of dentures, isn't it?
And you get a little drink afterwards when you take it out, which is always nice. Yeah. Yeah, so I bought this for the CQB training thing we're doing, just because the lady loves all my teeth in my face. And yeah, it's comfortable. You can't say a fucking word with it in but you know. Got a little carry case. Flip it on your rig or something.
So you didn't go top and bottom then?
Nah, fucking hell, I'm gonna shut my mouth. Oh, yeah. It's nice though, it's comfortable. It doesn't rise with gums or anything like that. Keeps my teeth protected.
Just don't smile.
Well, I don't smile anyhow. Because Airsoft is serious. And then once you
All
finish
the time.
scribbling all over it, you can just put it back in the case without washing it until the next time you need
Yeah.
it.
Just use it next time. Job
And
done.
there you go.
Gross.
So yeah, give that a go.
One question I've got for you, just before jump on to Andy.
Oh yeah.
You can obviously get airsoft insurance, right? Not jump on Andy, jump onto Andy in terms of. You can obviously
same
get
thing.
airsoft
Means the same thing.
insurance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which does provide, it depends on the insurance you get. It does provide dental cover. Do you think it's worth not using Face Pro and just having the dental cover for like?
It
from an
depends if you've got
insurance
a
point
mouthful
view?
of shit teeth. I mean, I've got some shit teeth in my mouth, so I'd debate. But the front ones are fine; they're lovely. I've got a couple missing on the side, but if I got shot in the side inside my mouth, doesn't matter what fucking Face Pro you've got. I don't think.
Yeah.
By that point, how the hell did you shoot me there?
I've spent quite a bit of money on my teeth over the years. It doesn't look like it because they still look like shit. But that's why I wear this, mainly so people can't see my face. But yeah, I just wear that because I can't be bothered with the hassle. I hate dentists. They're con artists. They're as bad as insurance companies.
They
And
call
if I don't have
themselves
to go-
doctors.
Yeah, if I don't have to go there, I won't.
I mean, to be fair, I would suggest that the airsoft insurance that people probably have is you have to adhere to like the site's safety procedures, and the site safety procedures will always say we recommend full face protection. So even if you haven't got anything on your face and you still go there, if you're not following the site's
But,
safety procedures,
Yeah, a lot of sites.
They
now
don't insist on it though.
They
a lot of
don't
them
cover your
recommend it.
teeth. They don't cover your teeth, which is why they say we recommend that you use full face.
I think it's only
yeah, but
under
I mean, if you
18s
had your own
must wear
personal
full face.
insurance, that's what I mean. If you're not adhering to the site's regulations, then I don't
Trouble with
think that'd
insurance
cover
though is
you
it
either
makes you
anyway.
less. It makes you less. What's the word I'm looking for? Less worried, less concerned because you also I've got insurance. When you
Cautious.
haven't got it, you're more cautious. Is absolutely.
Mm.
I haven't got dental protection or things like that, so that's why I'm serious all the time.
Yeah.
Life
So if you did have
insurance.
dental protection, just
Don't-
running around playing airsoft like this.
Ah.
I really enjoyed myself.
If you're trying to bite them,
over the top of the parapet like that. Can't shoot me in the face.
every time they try to shoot me, it'll be like that.
Can I please ask that our regular audience out there that can build memes, like there is so many good shots this evening you can pick.
This is why we do it. This is why we pick these sorts of subjects because it gives the fucking crowd another week's worth of taking the piss. I want to try and get away from cop beds. That's why I thought let's do something tonight.
No, because you brought that back up. Fool. Took 3 of you to do it.
Rage recommends using a gum shield. Anything else makes his glasses fog up.
You can share my
Pegasus
gum
is
shield, Rage, if you want.
Pegasus has recently picked up an MB Tactical mesh mask and Snood to try out. I have seen those. I would like to give them a go because I think they do sit slightly further off your face, which looks interesting. Rage is an MMA one, but couldn't tell you what make it is off the top of his head. Graded Buffalo beards are not bulletproof.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
Your
they
beard's
are.
not
very good.
James says, have a look at the Laylax Aeroflex face guard. Can't say that I've seen those before, but they,
No,
I mean,
I
they,
haven't.
to be fair, look very similar to other things that I've seen. In terms of it appears to sort of have like an internal structure and then like a cloth outer. Ray says, any half decent one that lets you shape it will let you speak pretty normally. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, baby. Now shoot me in the fucking face.
So,
Uh,
Pony Tony's comment.
personal dental will only cover you if you were wearing all the appropriate safety equipment. I found this out when I had my tooth shot out.
Yes, I was just going to say that was the funniest thing. He goes, "Guess what's happened to me?" I went, "Your tooth got shot out," and he went, "Yeah," and it's like half
No,
missing.
What he would have said is, "Hey Andy, guess what happened to me?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's obviously I've never had it done, but I can imagine it's pretty shit when that happens. Yeah. It is a lot of money, and it's obviously not fun. So
I think it's like 700 quid to have a tooth rebuilt. I don't have 700 quid, let alone to give to one of those robbing dentists.
Well, you could sell your helmet. That's the equivalent cost, isn't it?
Screw that. I'll spend 25 quid on a Delta mic. Thank you very much.
Land Nav, been using the MB Ghostmaster for a while. Fantastic bit of kit. Tony saying that was exactly how I sounded.
Yeah, it was.
Hey guys.
Hello, my name's Tony.
How you doing, Lance?
Yeah, you all right, Lance?
These are really
for those that have joining us in audio only. Lance has put a GSR general service respirator on his face and is now fogging up to no end.
Yeah. It's actually dust because I've not used it for such a long time.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh, is it dust?
They're so heavy though.
Compared to the S10 and the S9 mask, the GSRs are fucking heavy, man, and they're all there heavy.
Yeah.
These are much lighter. Polycarbonate lenses, which I fitted. I just need to put the seals back in around the edge. Because these lenses, the original lenses, are no good for airsofting's. So they need to be changed.
Pop.
These polycarbonate lenses in there now.
That's a proper scary mask as well, isn't it? Like,
I
get
love
people
this.
run around in skull mask. I think that looks scarier, personally.
That is the classic, isn't it?
That would look really good.
Especially when you wear it outside of airsoft as well.
Yeah. That would look really good with your black Osprey.
Gimp suit.
Yeah.
Gimp suit. We weren't going to mention that.
Sorry.
Andy, did you run any other sort of face spray or talk about Delta mic? No. Cool.
No, literally just that or nothing.
Yep.
Let's talk about hands.
You need hands to hold a baby.
Well, you can do elbows if you want.
Elbows
and toes. Elbows.
Elbows. Done. I've never worn them, but I've got them.
I don't protect my elbows.
No, I don't generally use
What I tend to do is I tend to roll up my sleeves and just have my sleeves as my elbow pads. But I bought these.
I've got something else. Sorry, hang on.
And I've never used them. But there is an option out there for people if they want to roll their sleeves down and they don't want to hurt their little elbows.
I do find if you are doing, crawling around anyway, generally it's quite soft ground that you'll be crawling around on. If it does get hard, as you say, you can roll your sleeves up, you can get a little bit of padding in there.
Yeah.
You can go on. The bigger thing I find is my hands, because I normally like hands and knees as opposed to physically on the ground crawling. I've done it, but it tends to be hands and knees.
To be honest, I'm not bothered about my elbows. Like they can get cut up, like they can fall off. But it's going over.
You get stuff in your hands, though, isn't it?
It's hands. Hands I hate. We can do hands.
Yeah. Go on then, Lance. What do you use on your hands?
First ever pair I ever bought. Mechanics. About 35, 40 quid. Full fingered. Knuckle guards. All that jazz. Reinforced palms. And they're still going strong now. They are getting ever so slightly threadbare. But they are, I can't recommend them enough. Now, whether the quality in these have changed over the years, these are a good 6-7 years old. I mean, look, they're starting to go a bit at the end there. But I won't get rid of them because they are just a banging pair of gloves. They are so comfortable. They smell incredible.
I don't like the rubber. I always find that the rubber rubs too much and gets in my way. So I literally just run them. These are the first pair.
So I've not had a problem with these. And the only thing I did, I bought a pair of fingerless ones, like a black and brown tan sort of one. And I did send them back and got another set sent out to me because this bit started to perish and come away. Whereas these have just been absolutely solid, and they are butchered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're such a good glove. Little tip: set of smoke grenade ring pulls on that bit there. When you're putting them on, easier to put on with that bit there, and you can see mine come with rig. Little. Yeah, mine have as well.
Mine come with like a little loop.
Mine's got a little loop there, but it's just easier just to grab the ring pull.
Oh, I'll just grab them. But I like the ring pull.
That's because you're tit. There you go. But that's my wrinkle.
So I got little fingers.
I'm not forcing you to do it. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
There are just be aware with the M-Pack specifically. I know mechanics gloves. There are a lot of clones now flooding the market.
Mm-hmm.
So be aware of that, because I think more and more people are sort of. I think there was an advert actually on Facebook the other day that was like, "Oh, it's the new mechanics gloves," and it was a completely different brand.
Mhm.
So you know, just because
Yeah,
something
didn't
says
mechanics actually put a?
Yeah.
Someone was saying about it, and mechanics went, "No, that's not us." I was
Cease
like,
and desist. I
"Ooh."
will send you a picture of Mike's ass.
Yeah.
I now just used legally across many companies.
Yeah.
If you're an
Yeah,
internet seller,
Mike's pictures of
and you
Mike's
need
backside now settles all legal disputes.
The
a
highest
con
court in the
artist.
land contacts me regularly. Mike, we need another picture of your ass, please.
Will the defence like to now plead its case? Yes, I would, Your Honour. If you look at the screen just behind you,
Yeah. It's a full
the defence
moon.
rests.
Waxing gibbous. The gloves I generally tend to use the same mechanics. I mostly go with the fingerless ones because I find it really quite tricky to do anything with fingered gloves. I just struggle basically. I have got a set of full fingered. Got these for Christmas last year, and you can tell that I mean, in terms of usage, I use these a lot more than these. I really like the sealskins, the shooting. I didn't bring those up, unfortunately, but the sealskin shooting gloves, obviously waterproof. The sort of leather palms, everything like that. I generally only use those if it's proper tipping it down with rain.
They're not
On top of
heat-proof,
that,
though,
just
are
to
they?
cover up with a couple other options of gloves I've got as well. These are the British Army leather gloves. Not too shabby, to be fair. You know, I bought these on the basis of when we did the Octo event, not Octo, the Defiant event at Octo Tuddenham, or Gunman Tuddenham. That's a confusing sentiment, where there was lots of thorns. I really learnt a lesson for not having gloves when we were trying to deal with the thorns, so I bought some sort of slightly heavier duty. Although with those thorns, I think just welding gauntlets would probably be better.
Well,
Yeah.
with that, if you are doing a recce based sort of thing where you are potentially going to be digging in or cutting into scrubland or bramble briars or something like that, pruning gloves. You can get the brown leather, like the light tan leather pruning gloves. They're brilliant. They're a really good set to get, because although the mechanics ones are good, I'm not sure how good they are at like stopping like brambles and that getting through them. But yeah, they're a godsend. The old pruning gloves, yes, very good.
And then I've recently bought a pair of the Extreme Winter gloves as well, British Army Extreme Winter gloves. So these are more like a gauntlet. You do get the option for a removable leather cover for your trigger finger, which velcros back. So you go, woo! These were probably more for the stag, to be honest with you. I'd suffer
They look like
sometimes,
oven
especially
mitts.
with using the fingerless gloves and anything like that. If you are sort of sitting out and about on stag duty, you do get cold hands. So my theory is that I can wear the fingerless gloves, I can throw the gauntlets on over the top, and that keeps them warm. And then I because I'm a bit of a gear whore, I found out you can buy the overcover as well. So the internal mitts then have a separate mitt that you can also put your hands into, which provides a Gore-Tex covering to your gloves. So you get to a point where, as Andy said earlier, you won't be able to feel fuck all. But, you know, your hand is going to be very warm, water resistant, and you can also get those in the old school Woodland DPM as well. So
You'd be able to float with them. Just
Hello.
Just sit there on stag doing like, just pretending to be a shark. I was like, hello.
Especially if you can lend one to your mate as well and have like a little Punch and Judy thing going on
Yeah.
above the parapet. Can't shoot me.
Guys, why did you let the enemy in? Oh, we were doing a puppet show.
yeah.
We were.
I tried
rehearsing our
clapping
puppet
to
show.
get you. I tried clapping to get your attention, but there was no sound.
I'm going to put on one of each here, so I can talk.
Oh, why are you doing that? The I mean, mechanics gloves. How much are they? We're talking what, £20 a pair, £30 a pair.
I got these ones for 20 quid off eBay, like years ago, and like the same as Lance, trigger finger starts to wear out. That's about
My
it.
mixing finger. I've got two pairs here that I'd like to show.
It's like a little dog's penis.
Full fingered sealskin. Awesome.
Nice.
Great glove.
Love it.
The only critique I've got of these gloves, and it is a critique, is that because it's double lined, you've got the outer skin there, then you've got two inner skins. when you take them off, sometimes the inner liner can come out of the finger a bit, and it can be a bit of a bastard to get them back to being. So you can just slide your hands in, so you have to fanny about a little bit. So that's them ones. They're really great. They're lovely and warm. And then I've also got these ones as well. These are seal skins. Again with the finger cover.
What mic are those? Because
They're the short.
looks.
Is that the old shooter's glove?
Yeah, they're great. Leather based. Awesome gloves. So warm. They're delicious. Be mindful though, when you've got that off, it's a really good magnet. But I've had it a couple of times where I've been laying there and it's just gone, and it made me jump because you hear this little slap back. Oh, honestly, it's got me a couple of times. I could be laying there and just flick it. Oh, I'll be fucking shot.
So the only thing that I don't like about these is they don't have any reinforcement.
Oh, these are lovely. These are leather palm and that's the same for. No, it's not the same for that.
But
side.
how quick? Like the reason I like these mechanics ones is you can get them absolutely soaking wet. Like you can be doing that and water is pouring out. Take them off. 10 minutes later, they're bone dry. God knows
Stink,
what they
though.
do. Huh?
I do find that they stink though. You can chuck them in the washing machine, but my mechanics gloves, like they do pick up odors quite quickly. Like it doesn't take long for these to.
Oh yeah,
You
the
don't wash 'em?
inside.
No.
The inside smells a little bit, but the outside's all right. I just ate it.
Oh, it's got mushrooms. It's great.
There's a little.
Mine just smell like
Song in
surplus.
there.
Odor surplus.
Yeah, I mean it's the same as like bowling gloves and stuff like that, isn't it?
Have you ever put your gloves on your feet to make it look like you've got orangutan feet?
No.
Have you never done that? It's the
No.
fucking
I
after
will
the
be
show,
after the
right?
show.
Put them on and just walk into the lounge and do like a monkey impression because it makes your feet like another 4 or 5 inches longer and they literally look like orangutan. Can't believe you never done that.
No.
I used to always do it. You put them on, you got your
Oh,
little toe
Mike
poking
with-
out to the side.
yeah, Mike with the gauntlet gloves. He'll look like a seal.
Christ, yeah.
I know. I mean, this is more of a comfort thing. To be fair, again,
Yeah.
like while camping and things like that, it's just having something that you can throw on your hands to keep them warm. Like the number
Especially
of times
in
that we've been
winter.
on, stag duty and stuff like that. Like I don't mind sitting up on stag; it's not a problem. It's just usually the elements that are the problem to fight there.
Yeah, sure.
If you keep yourself warm and comfortable, and you've got someone to talk to, like even quietly, just something to keep your mind active. Stag duty is not a problem at all. But as soon as you're cold, as soon as you're wet, as soon as you're bored, that's the problems.
Yeah.
So, Ray says the monkey memes make sense now.
Absolutely do, mate. I love them.
He also says, "Do those mitts have a string that goes through the sleeves of your coat, you bloody child?" No, they do not. They do have. I'm going to talk about them now because you've started me on it.
Having said that, though, it's not a bad shout. To be fair, I mean, how many people lose gloves? In all honesty, you think you've tucked them in a pouch and that, but if you've just got them on a string through your sleeves, fucking why not?
My
You're running into
cry
battle, or whatever, with the gloves just swinging around on your arm.
flailing.
my cry
It's
jacket
got 4 hands.
has a paracord, like has a bungee cord that goes down the sleeve and hooks inside for your gloves, so you can take them off, and they're just flapping around at the end of your hands, and then but you can put them on and pull it tight inside your jacket, so they don't come flying off. I've never
I like the
used
sound
it.
of that.
Never
Do
used
they
it.
come flying off generally? Like I've never had
Well, no,
gloves
look,
just fling off.
Vigorously waving, perhaps. Whoa!
Hey guys, the gloves.
Hey, you guys! Hey, you got a medic! Medic! Oh, my glove.
Oh my
Pegasus.
god!
Hang on. Pegasus says try the 0.5 mic. They're a lot better for dexterity. Tony says the same thing. I'll have a look at those. I've not come across those before myself.
Mechanics 0.5s, are they? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Graded Buffalo. I am the governor. Pick me. I'm quite handy. Time Splitters quote.
Time
I've never watched it. Time Splitters. Don't even know what that is.
I thought it was a game. I don't know. I'm sure it's very funny.
We are, yeah, we are clearly uneducated individuals.
Just wrong audience. Sorry,
Yeah.
bud.
Sorry, dude.
Right, so that's gloves. What are we on now? Feet, I think.
Knees, shoulders,
Oh,
knees,
knees. Of course, knees.
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 Lovely
So-
bit of squirrel.
Before we talk about knee pads and things like that, I would just like to preface that knee pads, and I'd be interested to hear what your two thoughts are an absolute nightmare to get right. I've been personally through so many different brands, types, etc. of knee pads, and I've struggled to find anything that I've found personally comfortable. I did get there in the end. I quite like these ones, but I'd be interested to hear if you guys have had the same issue.
Nope, I just buy the trousers that have them in,
Ah. Yes. Good idea.
and that's
However,
all I wear.
if you have selected a trouser pre-built-in knee pad and you're looking for one that you can put on, take off, blah, 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 they are the bollocks. Because not only does it add a bit of support to the leg, because it's like a tubular bandage, elasticated, but it goes under the trouser as well. So the trouser's going up and down when you bend and take a knee and this, that, and the other and get up, and it's slow. The knee pad slowly works its way down till it's on the right-hand side of your ankle by the end of your patrol.
Yeah.
These don't. These stay in place. Granted, yeah, you're going to get a bit of wear and tear on the knee of your trouser, but if you didn't have knee pads on and you're kneeling down, you're still going to get wear and tear on the trouser. Less so, I think, because the trouser is actually going to be pushing into a soft material rather than going into... Obviously, it's got rock or ground on one side, rather than your kneecap. Your kneecap's rock hard, the stone's rock hard or ground, so at least it's got a bit of cushion in there for something. These were bloody brilliant. I used to run these with my 95 wooden DPM trousers and my desert DPM trousers. I haven't got knee pads, just put them underneath. An absolute godsend. Got them on Amazon. They're like a skating, ice hockey skating thingy. They're made by Body Pro. I think they're about 20 quid, 15, 20 quid. Absolutely brilliant. Really good. Highly recommend them. If you've not got built-in knee pads into your trousers, or you want to cut about, even sticking them on the jeans if you're going civvy or something like that, but you still want the knee protection, you can chuck these on underneath. They're quite low profile, and they just add that bit of support. You know, they're obviously not rock hard like the built-in ones, but yeah, they will do the job. They do the job nicely, and they're comfortable. They don't cut into your leg or anything like that. They are comfy because they're longer. Some of them finish sort of like just under the knee, and then like the stitching bit goes into the gap of your kneecap, like behind your leg, and that can make it really sore. These extend quite far down and obviously up a bit as well. So, yeah, do recommend them for the old knee support and protection.
Do you generally tend to run knee pads? I mean, I only ever really do it if we're going to be in urban areas and it's mostly for the number of BBs that are on the floor, because there is nothing worse than kneeling down onto a concrete surface and then finding a BB. That proper hurts.
It's almost as bad as a Lego, I think.
I'd say it's worse.
Yeah. Standing on a plug.
It's such a small little ball. It just goes straight into your knee. Horrible pain.
I run them all the time. I run them for woodland stuff because you've got tracks and stuff. You kneel down on a rock or anything like that. It's just that add a bit of protection in it. You know?
I literally, every set of trousers that I own has inbuilt knee pads.
Even my work ones for work. I've got built-in knee pads.
Like, there's no harm in it. Like, they're in the trouser. It's job done. Like, you can pick up decent ones. Like, the airsoft ones aren't brilliant. They do tend to wear after a little while, and there's not that much cushioning, but they do give you a bit of plasticky rubber in between you and whatever's sharp. But if it's something really sharp, it will go through. Unfortunately, the best ones out on the market are the Cry ones. In my opinion, but they cost an arm and a leg.
These are immersion gear, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. Emerson. And obviously they are a bit more flexible than the Cry stuff. So what I found is that if you reinforce the top bit, because obviously that's the shortest part, with some duct tape or anything like that, once it's in there, it's actually in it. It's a lot more rigid at the top. You don't need it at the bottom because you've got a lot more material which goes down into the trouser, so it sits up in there. But at the top, you've not got a great deal. So by reinforcing that, it actually holds it in. So if you do find that your knee pads pop out, especially at the top when you're kneeling down, because you're putting that force on it, this bit can pop out at the top. But if you reinforce that with some duct tape, you could even put something behind it, like clip out some card or something like that and put that in there. It might not last very long, but I found that these have been absolutely bob on with that bit of duct tape in around the top edge, just to hold it in. You know, obviously the material goes down in between that gap there. That just stays up inside the trouser a lot better.
Oh, that's a good
so
idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
little tip there.
Hmm.
That always helps. But they're good. They're blinding, man. I mean, it's got a crack on the edge now, but I've had these for donkeys. You know, they do the job. They come in a
Yeah.
30, 40 quid pair of trousers, and I've run these loads. These were with my Coyote Tan ones I use for PMC. I've run that rig an awful lot, and yeah, these have stood up to the tests. Longmores and Tuddenhams and the private site and stuff like that. So yeah, all good. But yeah, little tip: duct tape to support reinforce the top, stops them popping out the trouser.
So I use a pair of these. These are from Alta, ALTA. They've got an elasticated bungee top section, and then they've got a taut webbing strap on the bottom. And I find that's quite good because how my legs flex. So obviously my calves and everything like that. I'm quite a large gentleman, so my calves are quite large. There's a bit more flex in them than there should be, maybe. So I find that having the elasticated strap along the top is particularly helpful for me, and then the more kind of rigid bit at the bottom. And because of the kind of the way that it's contoured, so you have the pad in the middle, and then the actual straps are effectively jointed.
Oh,
from
they're
the main
almost
pad.
separate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, I find them quite comfortable, and you can just throw them on over the top. For me, generally, I don't tend to wear them. It's almost more of a look, say, if it's whatever loadout or thing you're going for. But when I do wear them, it's places again like Longmore, you know, proper hard surfaces that you're going to be kneeling down on. BBs, just yeah. I've used these for doing DIY around the house as well because they're just you know proper like hard knee pads that you can get.
The only ones I've found with knee pads, it's got like a strap which hooks, like goes for a D ring and then comes back round and velcros. Is that after a while I found that strap where you're pulling it tight to keep it up, it's started to overstretch and it becomes slack, and you end up having to tie a couple of knots on one side of it to keep it tight again. That's the only time I've sort of come up with a
I mean the elastic one's quite good on this in that I've not found that problem.
I had a set of Black Hawk ones that did it quite quick. It was just sort of like, you know, never mind. Onwards and upwards.
I mean, the in-knee ones, so I run the Helicon Tex trousers, so they don't have the slot that the pads that you just had on. Lance, they wouldn't fit in there, but you can get they do have like a Velcro insert, like normal work trousers, basically. So I've just got like a thing from Screwfix that I slot into those if I'm running those. But again, it depends on the look you're going for. I mean, if you're going for the kind of quick military contractor type thing, pair of knee pads is quite aesthetic on that front. Black Hawk Down style look as well, sort of things like that. But yeah.
It's whatever works for you. Again, it's personal preference, isn't it? It's whatever works for you. Some people don't like having the knee pads built into the trouser. They wear a single one on the right knee or left knee, whatever they're comfortable with kneeling down with. I mean, I predominantly kneel down on my right. So with those these ones here, my right knee pad is slightly more warm than the left one. You can feel it in the padding. So after a while, I'll just swap them out and just put the left over onto the right. It won't make any difference, but yeah. But again, it's personal preference, isn't it? Whatever's comfortable for you, whatever works for you. I just don't like the strap around ones because I've never got on. Patrick's just said there about crossing the knee pad straps over at the back, and I've tried doing that, but they were so small that there wasn't enough material to pull them back on themselves without sort of cutting the circulation off. It's like tourniquet in your leg. So
yeah,
well, then I found that, pads, to be fair.
Well, that's exactly, yeah.
I found that where it crossed when I tried them, I'm quite a hairy individual. From like here downwards. This bit's bald as hell, but everything else is, and it's I
you
come
make
away
up for it in
events.
other areas.
Yeah, but I come away from events and I've basically been like waxed where they've crossed, and it's really sore, which is why I just run.
It's because you have to put them over the trousers.
Yeah, no, but where it rubs and does that, it kind of pulls the trouser in. No, I'm not a fan of external knee pads. I'm quite happy with them just being in the trousers. And if they don't do the camo in the trousers, then I'll just go and buy a pair.
And spray paint.
Yeah, spray paint them.
The other option is have a little dustpan and brush that you can just sweep the BBs away from the window that you want to
That's what these are for. That's what these are for, mate. When me and Lance dive down, we chin first.
Ploughing the road, mate. Ploughing the road.
Yeah. Tony says Cry knee pads and Emerson G3s is almost all I use. And Rage says even after having my second knee operation, still having sake. Even after just having my second operation on my knee, I still don't bother with knee pads. So.
Maybe you should.
You're odd.
Just saying.
Yeah. 2 ops in. I wonder if I should start wearing knee pads.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I've had 2 ops.
No. I've had 2 ops
Third's not
now.
gonna be
They're
an
all
issue.
good. Why do I need to wear them now?
Right, to round it off, let's talk about boots. It's kind of the last bit of PPE. So boots are important on a number of aspects. Obviously, you need suitable ankle protection. You need suitable protection for running around. Decent grip. You don't generally tend to get midsole protection. I mean, you can obviously get work boots and stuff like that. I know I've seen people run around it with sort of big steel soled,
Yeah.
and
No,
toed
see,
and
that's
everything like
not for
that. It's a
me.
bit overkill. It's quite heavy. But
Oh, brand new.
Oh, it's like a new car.
Are they the
I
new
love these.
ones?
Not new ones. Aku Pilgrims, mate. Gore-Tex GTXs.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they've got the Vibram sole on them. Yeah, Vibram soles. The Aku boot.
Yeah.
I only
That's
ever
on
cut
my-
about in these in the summer, really. These are my sort of summer light. They're so light, really lightweight boot. Love them. Winter months for me, the Altberg Defender, all day long.
Aren't those ones Gore-Tex lined? The
Yeah, these are
Pilgrims,
Gore-Tex.
or did you? Yeah.
These are the only reason I keep them for the summer is because I like a higher boot for the winter for the added ankle support, for the slipping
Right,
and
yeah.
tripping and slippy slidey. So yeah, the Altbergs come up a little bit higher on the boot, up to sort of like here-ish. So I like that extra added support there. But these are quality, man. I love these boots.
Yeah.
They
They're on my shopping
second.
list.
don't mind me asking, how much are they looking at?
They're about 180 quid, aren't they?
Thereabouts, yeah. But then the Altberg Defenders, you can pick them up on eBay for 40 quid, 35, 40 quid, and I swear by them. As long as you look after them. As soon as you get them, even before you've worn them out, I mean, obviously try them all, make sure they're all good now, and watch the width on them as well, because you can get them in different widths. You can get a size 9, sort of like slim, wide, medium, whatever it is. But loads of, just order yourself a couple of pots of clear dubbing. Must put dubbing on them. You can get brown boot polish, but dubbing is the one. And literally just give them a good stiff brush over, soaking wet, brush them all off, get all the dirt off, get completely clean, completely dry them out, and then just smother them in dubbing all over the laces, all over it, and then just leave them to soak it in. Don't take it off, just leave it on there and just let it soak in, and they are solid waterproof. Awesome. Altberg Defenders all day long. Get my vote. Yes.
Yeah, they are on my shopping
Yep.
list. Definitely.
I use Surplus Hakes.
There
So
you go.
these are
Oh,
Second
I mean, they're
hand.
very similar boot
Yeah.
to the Altberg.
these are the high. This is basically like the winter weather ones. I use these all year round. You do have to be careful in the summer of your feet getting too hot. I've done some long treks in these, and it gets uncomfortable. Basically, you've got to be very careful of overheating in these. I really like them. I've done, as an example, did a wild camping trip on Dartmoor about 5 years ago now. I was the only one of the 6-person group that had dry feet the whole way through the event. Of the 6 of us, the other 5 were using sort of various civilian ranges of boots and hiking equipment and stuff like that. I was like, I'm going to take all my Airsoft stuff. This is going to be great. I'm going to test it all out. I was, the only thing I did attach over the top of these is the gaiters, just to kind of stop water, anything getting in the top. But, this is effectively waterproof up to here.
Yeah.
So, the water's not getting in them. This is the second pair of these I bought. The first pair for me was 30 quid second hand. This pair was slightly more expensive because I think Surplus as a whole has just gone up since the various wars that seem to be going on. But yeah, I highly rate the Hakes. The only thing I would say, Hakes come in 2 different types that I've found. One has the little strap at the back to put them on, and one doesn't. If you are going to buy anything like this, I highly recommend having the strap at the back because it makes it a fuck ton easier to get the boot on, especially when it's the high topped ones. The foot goes in quite easily to there, and it's then when you need to make that kind of 90-degree turn, that strap makes all the difference.
Yeah, definitely. I had that with the Altberg Defenders. They're so waterproof. Like I said, you look after them, and they'll look after you 100%. Because like when I did that foot video about like wet and dry drills with your feet, I literally stood in like a puddle, like up to nearly the top of the boot for like nearly 10 minutes, waiting for the water to sort of like start penetrating and soaking. Because I thought eventually it's got to seep through. And in the end, I had to literally just like go up to my knees in water just so I could get water into the boot just to do this video, because I was like, this is completely pointless because my feet are still bone dry. So stand our dog's just staring at me like, what the fuck are you doing? He's just stood in a puddle, videoing yourself, you weirdo. So yeah, that's how good that's how good. I mean, whether I've got the luck of the draw, my boots really good, but I do look after them. You know, even after a dog walk, come back, wash them down. And if needs be, I'll apply a little bit of dubbing. Even waxing your laces. You get some wax and wax your laces, like any coat wax. That's a godsend. Stops rot penetrating, or get treated laces already. Because there's nothing worse than the laces snapping on an event. You know, as long as you've got a bit of paracord, you can jimmy up a new set. But if you actually do treat the laces, you can get like anti-rot laces and stuff like that, or just wax them yourself. Good as gold. All good.
So my summer boots are actually the Solomon XA Forces mid-rise GTX. Like they're laceless. They've got the pull cord system.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the fast laces, whatever they're called.
Yeah. They are just about water repellent, which is why they are my summer ones. If you have any sort of rain or mildew after about 10 minutes of cutting around, they will soak through. But they dry very quickly. I absolutely love them. They're very good quality. They're about 150, 180 quid. At the moment, they're in the back of the car still because I wear them for work and stuff like that. I cut around with them. Most of the time in the winter, it's just a simple pair of Solomon Gore-Tex hiking boots. Nothing expensive, 100 quid. And those ones have lasted me going on 12 years now.
Yeah, fair play.
And I haven't looked after them at all. Like they've come in, they've been covered in mud, they've been hung up to dry and knocked the mud off. I've proper abused them, and they're still going strong. Now they're starting to die a little bit, so I am going to be looking at getting another a winter boot. But yeah, after 10, 12 years, absolutely
can't
fine.
grumble at that, mate.
No.
You mentioned about the price. I mean, I know some people spending £100, £130 on a pair of boots is quite a large price, but that's the point you have to remember, is that they do last you a very long time.
Yeah.
And if they don't last you a long time, then that is not a good brand of boot that you've bought.
No. But
so
again, as well, if you're
consider...
spending that sort of 130 quid mark, if you're going to use them for other activities other than just airsoft or MilSims, then yeah, it's a bit of an investment. If you're a bit of a trekker or a walker, or you like your outdoors and stuff, then it's definitely worth you investing in a pair that's durable and upstanding. If you're just going to be doing sort of like an airsoft event sort of 6 times a year, it might not be your cup of tea to be sort of forking out that sort of money for a set of boots. I mean, I'm over the woods nearly every other day doing bits and bobs, this, that, and the other. So, but then, like I said, I cut about in my Altberg Defenders. They're on sort of like 3 or 4 times a week for a good 2 or 3 hours at a time, and they're about 40 quid. You can't go. I literally can't go wrong with them. And Pegasus said, is a second-hand boot worth it, or do you find them harder to mould? Not really, no, because they've already been broken in for you. If you can get like a grade 1 issued pair of boots, and you can tell that whether they're going to be crap or not. I mean, obviously grade 2s, and you start getting a little bit more worn and stuff like that. The sole could be slightly off, where someone's gate's been a little bit wonky or whatever. They've not had the right insole. You can get additional insoles for them as well, and you can get kits for Altberg where you can actually cut a thicker insole for yourself, or with a higher rise in the arch of the foot. You can get all that sort of stuff for it. It's all extras.
So the only thing with me for secondhand stuff is I don't like feet in anyway. Like they're just horrible things. If I could cut them off, I would. Buying a second-hand pair of boots just fills me with absolute, like, it's turning my stomach talking about it. I just don't think I could put my feet in them. Like,
you're such a princess.
Oh no, it's just no, I feel quite queasy.
The thing is, right, this is a second-hand pair of boots, right? I can tell they're second-hand because the paint's sort of stripped off of it. They've been cleaned up nicely, but this is a second-hand pair of boots.
But what about inside?
If you look at the inside,
smell them, Mike. Smell them.
They smell absolutely fine.
Foot juice.
No, they smell fine. And I mean, you can tell when things have been worn a while because these labels start to come off. So these haven't been worn much at all. So there
No.
are certainly different grades of second
There'll
hand.
be foot residue in there.
Oh,
And
stop being
sweaty
so
feet.
precious. What's the
No,
matter with you?
Yeah.
that's my one thing. I'd
Pants are fine. Don't like the second-hand boots.
second-hand pants I'd wear all day. Second-hand boots, or it's like buying a pair of second-hand socks. Ugh.
I don't think
You're
I've ever
such a
bought
dick.
second-hand socks. I've only bought
Oh, I
second-hand
have. I've got
boots.
some sealskins. I've got some sealskins out of second hand. But
Mm,
you know, whatever.
no, that's my thing. I'm sorry.
Their feet, they're the closest thing to the ground. They're filthy. Who gives a fuck?
Right, I'm conscious of the time. Let's just rattle through the
wow.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise. Pegasus dual creep is basically holding your foot on the accelerator pedal for long, giving you a higher top speed.
That's a good analogy. Like it.
In terms of the bit set for the Leatherman, Rage says Odyssey Market's the best £25 you would spend. Pretty much has every bit you would need to take your airsoft gun apart or build your kids' Christmas presents. So I will look into that. Harry Badger, has anyone tried the hard bump inserts for baseball caps? Good idea, but not sure if they are any good. I've only used them for work, and I can't
I've never
say
used
I've.
the inserts. I've used the hard cap.
Yeah. A lot of the technicians at the railway depots I work at use them to get in and out under trains and that. Rather than a big hard hat on, they've got the small bump caps. They're quite cool. I'm not tried one myself, but they do look low profile on that, if you like.
They're comfy.
Yeah, the insert I had for work was quite comfy, but I've never used it for airsoft, so I wouldn't be able to comment on that.
We used them over in Saudi, and it was comfy. It was. You could tell that you had something thicker than a hard hat on, than a cap.
A baseball cap sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were. Yeah, I thought they were fine.
Phil says we use them at work and they're shite. Your head will sweat heaps because they don't breathe.
There you go, Phil. But you do work in about 900 degrees heat, Phil, don't you? Let's be honest. We're in the UK, mate. Come on.
Fresh Meat says, sorry, that's just cracked me up. Mike saying moving down the head. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Pony Tony, not sure what it is, but I've got a bottle of Oakley solution with my M frames, and that stuff's great. Fair dues. Pony Tony again, inside building with an active headset feels like cheating. How you can hear footsteps.
Yeah, but
I think that's with the audio gain.
Yeah, but he's just deaf anyway.
Pegasus says Rage is trying to get the ultimate built-in knee pads in terms of his various ops. He said, yeah, he's had his built-in knee pad taken out.
He's going to be like Wolverine by the end of the year.
I think the third op, you just need to get like a carbon fiber plate put in. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Pegasus, not that we want you to have a third operation, just to clarify.
No, buy some knee pads, Rage.
Pegasus says Altima are a godsend in the summer and CQB, but Akko are my full boot. And then to close it off, Rage says, thing with boots to go and try someone on a decent outdoor shop. Find boots that are comfy and that you don't need to spend multiple pounds to get a half decent boots to play airsoft. It is expensive though. It's expensive enough.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. You haven't got to spend the earth to get a good quality pair of boots.
So there you go. That is the end of our PPE episode. I appreciate we've gone on for a little bit longer than I think we'd intended to.
I didn't even
as
know
you know, we
so
get excited about stuff and then we just keep talking.
Gloves,
baby. Duracell bunnies.
Basically, we've got Defiant on next week. We're going to be talking about their long war events they've got coming up, how they've managed to secure that. It'll be interesting to find out. And we're talking about all things. They got knee pads. Talking about all things.
Yeah, they got knee pads.
And yeah, so their event, the next one coming up at Longmoor has already sold out. Not surprisingly, because it's going to be a super popular event. It's going to be wicked. It's just a shame that we can't make it, but hey ho. So we're going to have them on the show. In the meantime, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do so on an email and nofochat@hotmail.com. Our Instagram is @November_Foxtrot_NoFo, and the website is novemberfoxtrot.co.uk. If you are interested in Operation Phoenix, then please get in touch. Tickets are available on the Empire Airsoft website. They have sold out of UEG now, but we do have space on Opport.
But come along.
And there is a couple spaces left on CivPop. So if you're not sure and you're thinking that CivPop might be up your street, hit us up. You can go talk to us at 9volt Airsoft, @callsign_Quartermaster for Andy, or @the_punished_1_. to have a chat with Lance. There's also Kenny as well at Empire Airsoft. So if you want to drop him a message, I don't have his socials to hand. I think that's it. I think that's everything.
that's it.
If you want to drop us a little follow, please do. Give us a little like. It helps.
Definitely
boost
give us a
our
like.
algorithm.
We've got to break that,
shit like that.
algorithm
Yeah.
BS.
Like the
Leave a
sign and
review.
share it.
Haven't had any reviews in a while. If you want to leave a review, we can.
Oh
obviously
yeah,
talk
give us a review.
about those.
Mike will read it out in a language of your choice.
Accent.
In
How
a
about language?
Accent.
Fucking language.
Yeah. Leave us some reviews.
Right.
iTunes and all that jazz. Give the old
Yeah.
YouTube a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's all
Which of you
good
would like the
things.
closing words?
I think you can have it.
Yeah, you haven't
Oh,
done
you
it for a
reckon?
while.
You haven't done it for a while.
Oh God! Oh, just don't skimp on iPro. That's the main thing. Don't skimp on iPro. You've only got one pair of eyes. For the sake of saving 20 quid, not worth it.
No, absolutely. Not.
Ray says, where do you leave reviews? You can do so on Spotify, on the app. You can do it on our Apple Podcasts. Anything like that.
Facebook.
I think Facebook.
YouTube. Can you leave reviews on YouTube?
I don't know if I want Rage to leave a review. I'm not going to lie.
I do. I
I
want
think
to
it
know
would
what
be
language
lovely.
he chooses
I
or
think
what
it would be a
accent he
lovely review
chooses.
from Ragey. My little
Yeah, the
prince.
more
Like-
likes, the more likes, the more follows that we can get. It just helps us break the algorithm and help more people within the Airsoft community. I
Community.
don't know why I did that.
Right.
Peace
Next
out.
week's show should be hopefully slightly shorter on the basis that we've been going on for 2 hours.
Yeah, might as well do it
That's
for
a
2 hours. It's only
PPE
9
special there,
minutes.
folks.
Yeah. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
See you
Say
later.
NoFo.
Wait.
Ciao,
Stay
Bella.
Stay no
Oh,
fun.
we're back Wednesday 8 p.m. 'Cause obviously,
8 p.m.
Yeah,
back
normal
to
time
Wednesday.
next week.
Normal time.
Normal time
Romance is
Wednesday.
over. Romance is done.
Yeah.
Enough.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Hello.
Later, Tater.